you're saying treat it as an isolated act, but you will agree with me that we have seen over time, especially in this age where videos go viral of several such instances at times where the police clearly are seen to take their law into their own hands. We've seen it happen in UP, Assam, we've seen it in Gujarat, we're seeing it in several parts of the country. There is no part of the country, I'm not singling out Gujarat at all, I'm saying this seems to be much more than an isolated instance. Many policemen believe rough and ready justice is the better way to sort of send out a strong message today.
No, what I'm saying is that these are rights. See, you have 1.5 million cops. You have 1.5 million cops in this country. And in this, you have these incidents which have to be dealt with. Look, you got the good, the bad, the ugly. You got a lot of good and you got a lot of bad and ugly. These are the ugly incidents which have to be dealt with. And if dealt effectively by the superintendent himself, actually establishes his leadership. So I think here's an opportunity for him to prove a point that this is not his training, this is not his policy. Unless the cops, these delinquent cops can prove that this is what we were told. Let them go on in the market and say, हमको SP ने बोला था ऐसे ही करना. I don't think so. वो माफी मांगेंगे, हमसे गलती होगी. I think it's their own anger. These cops are expressing their own anger as citizens within. Because probably they've been angered by what they've seen and they're expressing venting their anger. I think we should treat this as an isolated incident and not paint the whole police department with the same brush. And then the SP should rise to show his leadership and deal with these people and send a right clear message that this is not tolerable. This is not acceptable.
Shashikant ji, do you agree with Kiran Bedi that this is an isolated instance, or do you believe there is something seriously wrong at times?
With due humility and good high regards for her, but I don't agree with her statement. Unfortunately, it's become a system. I remember the day when we were in the NPA and when we came here with the state police training college and when we were talking to these youngsters who come in the police, we tell them all idealistic things. But tell me one thing. I have seen senior-most police officers not only saluting but even touching the feet of certain politicians openly. I have seen certain politicians picking up pandans of their political bosses and giving it to them, and maybe even what they say, Ugal Dan or whatever they call it. When a senior police officer is doing it, how these youngsters learn these things? This constable or nothing. They always think, oh, senior boss is doing this thing, why can't I do? Why we do it, unfortunately, to save our chairs, to see that we get quick promotions, pushy postings, and this is what we get in turn. We spoil the entire police force. Thank you.
You know, Miran Borwankar, what's the solution? You know, you've got an inquiry being ordered by the court. As I said, there will be question marks over whether the police will act against its own. Is that the solution, a free, transparent, time-bound inquiry? And again, will that inquiry ensure really that this can act as a deterrent? Or are we entering an age where there will be those on social media, people are cheering the police. There are people, when I put this out on social media, they are cheering and saying the right thing has been done. Stone pelters have to be taught a lesson. We don't want these matters to go to the court. We want quick justice.
I am very confident that the local SP will be able to do justice because there is adequate evidence. Even for a lay person, it's very easy to make out that police has gone beyond the call of duty, done something absolutely unconstitutional. Therefore, one, quick inquiry. Second, I have full faith in the leadership of the local police officers. And yes, action on their part, immediate suspension of these delinquent officers will give a message that maybe you are getting the instructions or your own emotions are not in control, but police has to work as per the law and we are responsible for our acts. The public, even if they are cheering today wrongly, so much of wrong propaganda on the social media, this will not be accepted and we will go as per law. I think this message will come very strongly if action is immediately taken against these delinquent officers, constables by suspending them.